you stay here and listen, your life will never be the same. 'Cause we're talking with T-Bird now. And this T-Bird you cannot change. Oh, this T-Bird you cannot change. And things might get pretty strange.
Yes, that's right. Talking with T-Bird is back once again this week. And we have such a good podcast for you today. I'm so excited about this episode of the podcast because this person that I'm about to introduce you to went and tracked down one of the people on my original list. When we started talking with T-Bird, I gave her a list of 10 names. I said, here, this is the 10, and we've expanded. We found so many other great people to talk to, but this was one of the originals because we're going to hear from Maralyn, Mad Dog, Hershey here today from Survivor, the Australian Outback, and the woman that tracked her down, here she is. It's Teresa T-Bird Cooper. T-Bird, how are you?
Hey, Rob, I'm good. I did a little premature on the bell when I heard Mad Dog because I've been so excited for the last few weeks about Mad Dog, and I've had the opportunity. Usually I don't talk to our guest at all. I like it to be fresh, but for whatever reason, Mad Dog and I have really built up a friendship, and we've been talking for the last several weeks, and does she have a story? She is so much bigger than Survivor. So much bigger. And everybody is going to really enjoy her today. Yeah. She is amazing.
Okay. Really looking forward to that. Last week, we talked with Todd Herzog on Talking with T-Bird and got a lot of great feedback about that. And people wanted to see our respective action figures. What were they? Pop figurines?
Funky Pops.
Funko Pops. Yes.
Funko
of
Pops.
T-Bird and myself. So that's been great. If you missed that one, definitely check out our conversation with Todd. T-Bird, what have you been up to this week?
Getting excited about Maralyn.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, really excited about Mad Dog. And of course, I'm flying some. But just really doing my promo for Mad Dog. I was trying to think of something really fun for Mad Dog's Larger Than Life.
You got it? Don't spoil it. You think you got it?
No. Yeah, I got it. Mad Dog's Larger Than Life. And I have to do this shout out because I don't want to say he said he wasn't going to blow my cover, but we try to keep our guest quiet and a secret.
Okay.
And this Michael Akampora sent me a message. He said, my spidey sense, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have Mad Dog on this week, and I don't want to blow your cover, so give me a shout out. Michael, here's your shout out. Good job.
Yeah, wow. What a lucky guess.
Yep, I don't know. Well, I think he actually did more than do a lucky guess. He was looking through some stuff, and I thought, he saw it. He
maybe
found
that
it.
hat, T-Bird. Have you thought about that?
No.
Okay. All right. Be careful.
Who'd bother?
Be careful.
So, Mad Dog is going to be great. Her outlook on life, she's been through ups and downs, but I'm telling you this, when you talk to her, she doesn't feel sorry for herself. She has no pity parties. She says she can't afford resentment, that it's like a piranha that'll eat you from the inside out. She said it's baggage. And she told me, you got to get rid of your baggage here on earth, because when your time is up, the policy in heaven is St. Pete will not let you in with baggage. So she's going to be so fun to talk to today with everything that's gone on and happened through her life and what she's doing now. All
right. Let's get to talking with Maralyn. Why don't you do the honors?
Okay. At the age of 51, our guest today was cast on the top-rated show of 2001, which is still the highest-ranked season of the series, Survivor, the Australian Outback Season 2. But wait, let's go back. Her dad was a G-man. She would follow closely in his footsteps and become one of the first women assigned to street patrol with the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. She has said as a cop she was almost psychic. She could smell a gun, made more felony arrests than the men, and discovered more weapons, all without having to use her gun. She worked the graveyard shift and would proudly earn her nickname Mad Dog because every 10 minutes she would call for backup. She would rise to the rank of inspector of DC's 911 response team. After 26 years with the MPDC, she decided it was time to retire. Whether the stress of her job was a contributor, she began drinking in 1979 and would hit rock bottom. Her mom confronted her saying, quote, "You're an alcoholic," end quote, and took her to her first AA meeting. She would be sober for 34 years. So, 36 days on an island would be a much needed vacation for this overachiever. She filmed her audition tape in a dumpster, and the rest is survivor history. She didn't have an alliance, no strategy. She was the lone wolf. I didn't care about winning, just being there with the kangaroos. I didn't want to spoil the freedom of the experience by the backstabbing and the ugliness, she said. She would be voted off on day 9, her 20 minutes of fame turning into 2 years, with many paid appearances, with even talk of her own reality show, Mad Dog 911. She had an undying love and connection to Australia, contacting an attorney after returning to try and arrange dual citizenship, but had to settle for a kangaroo tattoo and the letters SOB on her calf. She would go through heartbreak, bankruptcy, and after 34 years of sobriety, began drinking, determined to drink herself to death. She said she abandoned the God of her understanding, but he would not abandon her. He knew a simple wrist slap would not get her attention. She passed out one night, ignoring the signs of a concussion after hitting her head. After weeks passed, realized she couldn't tie her shoes, zip her pants, or speak at times. She wound up in ICU for 5 days with 50 metal staples in her head. She immediately became sober and will tell you she's a walking miracle. She is now consecutively sober for 5 years. At 72, she shares her passion for life with the love of her life, Lulu, her 14-year-old lab, and her 3 cats on her farm in Richmond, Virginia. She has stayed in shape, maybe subconsciously, she has said, to come back for her second chance. Rudy played at 72 in Borneo and again on All-Stars at 75. Then I can play at 72. But she said she would be a different dog, a dog with a bite. Buckle up, listeners. Making her very first appearance on RHAP, I introduce to you the feisty, sassy, hilarious, beautiful, outspoken, spunky, candid lady who loves hip-hop, is a certified horticulturist, trained nurse's aide, who refers to herself as a hot dog and a bit of a hermit, who is arguably still one of the most popular and memorable pre-jury boats ever. Maralyn Hershey, a.k.a. Mad Dog.
Wow.
Wow. Can we make that my eulogy?
Hey, Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Mad Dog, you're
Teamwork.
here. You're here.
The Mad Dog. She's alive. Alive.
Maralyn, this is such a thrill for me because you were one of the first people I said to T-Bird when we started doing this. I said, could you track down Mad Dog? For 20 years, I've wanted to talk to Mad Dog, and now this is that day. I'm so excited.
Are you wearing your Depends?
Always. Yes.
Oh,
What a thrill.
it's a thrill for me. Good grief. Here I am in my Australian room,
Yes.
surrounded by kangaroos, crocodiles, kookaburras, wombats, platypuses, echidnas. Hey, I mean, and two kangaroos, well, actually, they're the size of wallabies, but I'm in my kangaroo, my Australian room, and I wish y'all could see it.
Mad Dog, you didn't mention your didgeridoo's.
Didgeridoo.
Oh, Lord. Look, the Australian economy really missed me after I left. Look, if I like something or love something, my philosophy is to B.I.B. Buy it in bulk. And I brought back I had them shipped 4 didgeridoos. And while I was there, I learned to play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's no easy task. Your embouchure has to be perfect. Otherwise, you make a farting sound. So there's a lot of motivation to get your embouchure right.
Yes.
Mad Dog, you had to find somebody or convince somebody to teach you because that wasn't a lady's instrument. Is that right?
That's right, T. I found an Aboriginal who finally I convinced him with some American dollars to teach me. Because ordinarily, the didgeridoo is the sacred ceremonial instrument for the Aboriginals, and they do not permit women to play it. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't know what they're missing.
You broke through the barrier, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
Not the first time.
And I got pretty good on it.
Yeah.
You know, I could get some good ring. Yep. I sound just like it.
Yep. I remember when you played it on the Australian Outback reunion show.
Oh, God, you do?
Yes.
And I didn't fart it, did I?
No, nailed it.
Holy smokes. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I can nail it again.
Yeah. Mad Dog, that I was so disappointed when they voted you out in Survivor, the Australian Outback. You were so fun to have on the show, and I always just have had a warm place in my heart.
Look, Rob, I'd say hello to you, and is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile.
Are you still a singer, Mad Dog?
That would be a no. Thanks to years of smoking. Not a singer, or let's say quite pitchy.
But Maralyn, you're still a smoker, but I did read where you had done quite a few half marathons as a smoker. And during one of your half marathons, you actually stopped for a smoke break. Tell me about that.
It was my first one. This was the Virginia Beach half marathon and half marathon. And it was my first one. And So I got to about the 10-mile mark and realizing all I had left was 3 miles, point one to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this lady who was out sprinkling her lawn, and I zeroed in on what she had in her other hand, and that would be a smoking cigarette. So I was immediately drawn to her. So I ran out of line, ran over to her, and I said, "Ma'am, my lips are clean. Would you let me have a couple puffs?" And she said yes. And hey, I took 2 horse drags off her cigarette. And like a smoking dragon, got back in line, and it's like it was kind of like Moses parting the waves, because all the other runners, they abhor smoking or anything that smells like smoke. So they all ran ahead of me, fine. But I made it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, once I got to that finish line, I cursed every cigarette I ever smoked in my life. And that applied to all the races.
Yeah.
Didn't you win? And didn't you take the division? Didn't you win in your age division for that race?
Oh, that was the Navy. No, wait a minute. Because that was another half marathon I won. I did one in Suffolk. Or was it Chesapeake? I don't know. Anyhow, it was a half marathon, colder than hell and windy, plus a little drizzle. Not my favorite climate. But, hey, I persevered, and I did it under 3 hours. Normally, it would be about 3 days. I did it under 3 hours and won first place in my age group.
There you go.
You want to know why?
Why?
Yes.
I was the I was the only one in my age group
Yes.
that ran it.
Yeah.
You can leave that out, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Leave that out.
Hey.
So, Mad Dog, you actually had a patch in Australia, right? For the game.
Yes, I did.
Did it work? Did it help?
Well, some people thought it was a hormonal patch. It was a smoker's patch. But every now and then, if I really felt like I needed a hit, I just stick my head over the campfire, get that smoke.
And that would do this trick?
Oh, hey. Oh, I'd be good for days. It helped a lot. However, I had to take it off at night because, good Lord, it gave me terrible dreams, very vivid dreams. And it was hard to sleep with that patch.
Yeah.
Did you dream you were on an island with no food with a bunch of strangers? Was that the nightmare you were having?
That's a good one too. Yeah. I mean, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was in the Twilight Zone, just being there. God, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved that experience. And now I'll tell you, we didn't need alarm clocks. We had natural alarm clocks when we knew the sun was going to rise. And can you hear that?
Yes. Is that a little stuffed animal bird?
Oh, the kookaburras.
Cuckoo birds, yes.
Would wake us up. It was like this cacophony of kookaburras that would wake us up every morning. And I just cracked up every morning. I just cracked up when those kookaburras would get going.
Manta, could you tell us, how did you end up getting involved with Survivor? Were you such a big fan of the first show that you sent in a tape to apply?
I watched the first show, and the first thing that came to my mind was, I can do that. And that was it.
Yeah.
Then I was off to the races, so to speak. I never thought that my application or my video would make it past my mailbox.
Yeah.
But to my, shock, I kept moving up and finally made it to California with 50 other finalists. And I'm thinking to myself, well, hey, this has been a nice trip.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after all these interviews and also a whole battery of psychological exams, because I don't think they wanted any axe murderers.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to make sure we were at least halfway together. And then one evening, there's a knock on my door. My partial is out. I'm in my bathrobe. I really look like a dog. And it was the congratulations crew. And they said, "You're going? Hey, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was the good news at the time. Now, let me tell you, I do not like heights.
Yes.
I would have made a very bad fireman. But the bad news was I had to go and, parachute. And I'm thinking, Mother of Christ, be with us, be with me. Oh, good. So they sent me to some, let's see, it was halfway close to Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. Because they wanted everybody to parachute into Survivor the Australian Outback.
Yes. And I'm thinking to myself, this ain't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they had a very difficult time organizing it. And then finally I got the call that said, no, they're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Too many glitches. And immediately from my lips was, there's a God! Oh, but some of the poor contestants did it.
They already went.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, I don't even want to know.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I'd have, I think I would have done damn near anything to get on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have done it,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have been real happy.
Yeah.
Real happy about it. They would probably have had to tranquilize me. You know.
And Mad
Lord.
Dog, you weren't there actually to play the game or to win the game. You were just there for the experience of Australia.
Oh, I, did not want to get into an alliance. And I remember Kobe coming up to me and saying, "Hey, do you want to join our alliance?" And I looked at him and I said, "I'm not ready for that." And I was never ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to get into all the backstabbing, the crap, making up stuff about Kel and his beef jerky, or the beef he was jerky. Look, because he slept under that canoe every night, and God in heaven only knows what he was
Wait,
doing.
so all right, so this is now Mad Dog. That first off, it sounded like you just acquitted Kel and then accused him of a different charge, a different controversy.
Hey, look. Look, I have. Maybe that was what they were accusing him of. But I'll tell you, he never had any beef jerky, for God's sake.
Okay, well wow. Okay, so I feel like that, and I've talked to so many survivors that Keith said he didn't know, but that Tina and Jerri have said that they said that, oh, he got stopped at customs with all the beef jerky, and did he sew it into his pants? And they felt like that they swore that he did have it.
Oh, shit. Put him on the polygraph. Yeah.
Okay, so
box,
yeah, you say
box doesn't lie.
Yeah, you say there's no way he had it.
Well, maybe some brave soul could have done a rectal search. That's just look. Hey, no, I really do not think he had it, and that was something
you heard it.
That they all made up, and I didn't want to be part of that crap.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob, it's interesting that Mad Dog is saying that 26 years on the police force, making more felony arrests than the guys, able to smell out weapons. She's saying she did not think he had it. This is pretty strong here.
Yeah.
Mad Dog is very strong.
Yeah, Mad Dog was not comfortable with those accusations. I watched that episode not too long ago. And yeah, you didn't like that they were accusing him of something.
Well, accusing is one thing, but
they convicted him.
Kind of horrified. To learn that they went through his personal belongings.
Mm-hmm.
They went through his backpack, and I'm like, Jesus, what kind of a game is this when these folks are going through somebody else's things?
Yeah.
And, and I told them all how I felt about it. And that did not get me any points with them, but what they did was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt compelled to tell them, and I did.
Do you think that's why you were voted off after, Kel? Do you think that affected you staying in the game, Mad Dog?
Hard call. But it certainly didn't gain me any points.
Mm-hmm. Mad Dog, when you got voted out, did you know that you were getting voted out? I watched that episode this morning to get ready to talk to you, and I went back and I was watching it. But they didn't make it seem like that you knew your time was up. Was that a surprise?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yes. At tribal council, like Jeff had asked some questions, and I think Jeff knew, the production crew knew that I was going to be voted out, and Jeff Probst asked a very probing question. He asked me, how do I trust?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I remember saying, I trust with my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Yeah.
I trust with my heart. And it's funny. I didn't know Tina had voted me out.
Yeah. You said you were inseparable.
I did.
You said she's a constellation.
Oh, God.
She's a good player, though. Yeah.
Hey, she had me snowed.
Yeah. You said in that episode also that you didn't trust Jerri. That was the person you felt like you couldn't trust her. You voted for Jerri. What was Jerri doing that made you feel that?
Oh, well, she started this crap with the beef jerky, for one thing. Then, let's see. Oh, yeah. Jesus. I mean, she loved to create the drama.
Mm-hmm.
She loved to stir up the crap. And she started bitching about the rice that, damn it, what's his name? Come
Keith?
on.
Keith?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. I just had a little senior lapse, or should I say lapse. She was bitching about the way Keith was cooking the rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my feeling was that if it went down and didn't come back up, it was good. It was good rice.
Yes.
I had no problem with Keith's rice.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, Keith, now, what amazed me about their selection process was, I mean, they asked me if I'd ever had any camping experience.
Yes.
And I had to say, once as a Girl Scout, but I was no camper,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was a survivor out on the street in Washington, D.C., but would not survive long in the wilderness. And I had to ask Keith every night to light my lantern. I I couldn't light my lantern, for God's sakes. So Keith would light. Now, he didn't light my fire. he lit the lantern.
Yeah.
I love Keith.
Yeah. We talked to him not too long ago. He was fun to talk to. He's not cooking anymore, Mad Dog.
Oh, damn. Well, who is doing the cooking now?
I don't know. He gave it up. He makes documentary films now.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I should give him a buzz.
Yeah, maybe he can make one about you.
Document me.
Yeah.
You know?
It'd be one hell of a story.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mad Dog, when you got voted out, that you took your Mad Dog hat, your signature Mad Dog hat, and you put it on Amber. And I always wondered about that. That were you close with Amber? It didn't seem like that you and she had much of a relationship. Was she just next to you and said, "Okay, you're the new Mad Dog now"?
She and Jerri were tighter than ticks.
Yes.
But young little Amber, and I had never had children. And, hey, I just looked at her and thought that it would be a nice thing to do for her.
Yeah.
Is give her my Mad Dog hat and call her the Mad Pup.
Mad Pup. Yeah, the Mad Pup went on to have a lot of success, though, Mad Dog.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
That hat has brought her good luck.
Hey, I mean, yeah, I wasn't giving her the curse of Mad Dog. But young, God, so young, little Amber. God bless her.
Yeah. Mad Dog, can I also just ask you about your signature name, Mad Dog? Because you never came across to me as mad. Why are you Mad Dog?
That came early on during my police career, when my peers designated me as Mad Dog, because particularly working the midnight shift or a 7 p.m. to 3 a.m., that's prime time for crime. And I was always out there. I was probably one of very few that never slept on the midnight tour. I was out there looking and sniffing for guns. And I sure found a lot of them. Some high-speed chases. I was always looking for trouble, and found it.
Yeah. Does it speak more to that you were like a bloodhound, that you were able to like sniff out these problems, as opposed to that you were like ill-tempered?
Oh, certainly not. No.
I've never seen you get mad.
Hey, I was just a very aggressive police officer. And, my peers felt that, God, I was like a mad dog looking for criminals and kept them awake all night.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I think she's more of a Maralyn than a Mad Dog.
Well, I don't know. Her police career, Rob, is so fascinating. And what I had read and mentioned in her intro was when she was on the graveyard shift, she would be every 10 minutes, she would be calling for backup, because she was out there.
Somebody with a gun.
Yeah.
And after she retired, she actually then, I think later, she was she went into, you're a correctional officer, what, you Mad Dog, in high maximum security. Mad Dog, I think the only female there, right?
Oh no, there were a lot of female correctional officers
in maximum security.
Oh, this yeah.
Okay,
but this was an institution for men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but there were a lot of women
officers. Okay,
yes, who were correctional officers. Boy, did I have some experiences there.
Mm-hmm.
And that completed everything involving the criminal justice system, sometimes the criminal injustice system.
Mm-hmm.
For me, hey, by working in corrections, I had seen the end result of convictions. And I tell you, I would not trade that experience for love or money. It was a real eye-opener for me. And as a young cop, my attitude was like so many still today, hey, lock them all up. Forget about them. Throw away the keys. But it twisted. I did a big 180 after working in that environment. And look, I learned so much about myself and other people. And sometimes I thought that I would have let at least a third of my folks go. Instead of sending them to Lorton or to some other penitentiary. But I loved it there. I loved it. I loved the population. And boy, did I do some funny things. I really don't. Oh, look, they'll never hire.
Well, what did you do?
They'll never hire another celebrity again. I'll tell you that much. Well, word had gotten out that I'd been on Survivor.
Oh, this was after Survivor you did this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I did it when I was about 60. Yeah.
So you did Survivor, and then you went to go work in the penitentiary in security. And then what happened? People recognized you?
I guess some did, but they'd heard that I was on Survivor, and I was about 60 years old and had been retired for quite some time. When I did serve in the Department of Corrections, and the experiences were just out of this world, and some absolutely hysterical.
Can you share any?
Oh, hell yes. Oh, look, this one time we were doing a toss-up, searching of the cells, looking for contraband, what have you. And so the officer who was in the little command thing and working the doors, he locked me in with 2 inmates. in the cell.
As a prank, or was it as an accident?
An accidental
Yeah.
locked me in.
Yeah.
So I turn around and I'm looking at the two guys, and they're looking at me, and simultaneously we just all cracked up. Just laughed like hell at the absurdity of it.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed like hell. And I said, gentlemen, it's really been a pleasure, but I better let them know that I'm in here so they can let me out. So that was hysterical.
Yeah.
To me. I laughed like hell.
Mad Dog, you had some reality TV producers approach you after Australia about a reality show, Mad Dog 911. Now, what was the premise of this going to be? What kind of story were they going to show you? What kind of light?
Because I had a problem with the premise. And the premise was that I was going to go solve people's problems. It wasn't really fleshed out very well.
Like what kind of problem would they call you for?
God only knows. Like I said, it wasn't very well fleshed out. And no, it didn't appeal to me. So there was no further explanation on that.
You didn't want to move to LA either, did you? You wanted to stay.
I couldn't do that, no. And leave my donkey and my critters, my goats, my dog, my cats, my sister. No. Just not practical for me to go.
Who have you stayed in touch with from your season, Mad Dog?
Mostly Mitchell. Now, Mitchell and I, after we got the boot, we traveled all over Australia, and we went out everywhere, and I'm thinking, maybe I better tell people we meet that he's my son.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they might think I'm a cougar.
Mad Dog, with the final three, did you know? I mean, were you pulling for Tina or Colby or Keith in the final three? Did it make a difference to you at that point who won the season?
Not really. No. But I thought that probably the most worthy was actually Keith.
Why?
He just struck me that he had more integrity playing the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never heard anybody say that before, but that's something that you value very much in the people that play this game, and it's something that's hard to keep.
Yeah. Hey, I don't recall him stirring up anything other than when he cooked the rice.
Yeah.
He stirred the rice, and
that was
all he stirred up.
That was it.
And look, and he made sure that he lit my kerosene lamp. Hey,
Mantha,
Mhm.
have you kept up with watching any Survivor after you played?
Maybe for about the first 5 years.
Yeah.
And then just, got into so many other things and just
Yeah.
was drawn away from it,
Yeah.
or let it kind of die a quiet, merciful death, as far as I was concerned.
Did you ever run into Rudy at all? I know you were always compared to him. I know you live in the same area. Did you ever have any run-ins with him?
I never, damn it, I never did run into Rudy.
Mhm.
Never met him, but I met two of his daughters
Yeah.
when I was running the Navy half marathon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was cool,
Hmm.
but never met him.
Yeah.
Now Rudy, wow, there'll never be another Rudy.
No.
Rudy, no.
And I got to spend a lot of time with him when
You
I played the second time and he got voted off. I was with him for about 4 weeks, and I'll never forget that.
wow.
He was a hoot himself. A lot like talking to you.
A character,
Yes.
a total character. Funnier than hell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And a good man. And and thank him for his service.
Yeah. Can I ask you, how did you ultimately decide to go into working in the police force? Because I know you had a very accomplished career, and I was thinking about you, and at the time that you got into it, that probably was like an unusual career choice.
Well, my dad was an FBI agent for 33 years. So, I was kind of his little chip off the old block. But what I really wanted to be was a singer,
Mm-hmm.
an actress, and a star.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, I had a recording contract with the Kingston Trio when I was about, Trident Productions with the Kingston Trio when I was about a sophomore or junior in high school.
Yeah.
And that was another time that I couldn't go to California. Of course, I was only about 17, so
Mm-hmm.
Ma said no, but had a signed contract with them to record. But I didn't make it there. Nope. But I sang all through high school with a band called Venus and the Flytraps.
Yeah.
And I wasn't.
It's a great name.
And I wasn't. Oh, I thought of it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. You were Venus.
And I wasn't a Flytrap.
Yeah.
Believe me, I was Venus.
What style of music did you sing?
R&B.
Yeah. Yeah, could you expand on that? T-Bird said in the intro that you are a big fan of hip-hop, and I had never heard that before about you.
Oh, love it. Love it. I'll tell you, when, and I really got exposed to hip-hop during my 1 year as a correctional officer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it because it was so syncopated. I mean, and the words and oh man, the multiplicity of rhythms, and I just loved it. And a lot of the guys were playing it in their cells. So a couple of I'd open up their slot and I'd ask them to pump up the volume.
Do you have any artists in particular that you enjoy?
Oh, one of my favorites absolutely is 3-6 Mafia, DCJ.
Yeah.
CJ.
Wow.
Boy, are they crass. Oh my God. A string of expletives.
And you like that?
Lasts like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Look.
Wow, Mad Dog.
Love this stuff.
So, Rob, when I first started trying to get in touch with Mad Dog, which was during season 1, 2 years ago.
Season 1 of Talking with T-Bird. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
When I was trying to get in touch with Mad Dog, her answer machine, I was disappointed every time I didn't get her, which I didn't get her at all until just recently.
Yes.
But her answer machine music was so good that even though I was disappointed she didn't answer, she had all these hip hop artists on her answer machine. So it was just fun to call her and leave her a message.
What's your answering machine, Mad Dog?
Oh, well, right now I've got Lunatic Fringe on there.
She changes it around, Rob.
Yeah.
She keeps it fresh.
On the voicemail.
Lunatic Fringe. We all know they're out there. And I'm probably out back searching for the Lunatic Fringe. And unfortunately, the Lunatic Fringe seems to be expanding. I won't expound upon that. Otherwise, we'll be getting into politics and we'll have a blow up.
Yeah.
And I'm still on the list. I'm, waiting for my COVID vaccination.
Yes.
And I told the lady that registered me, I said, I will also require a booster rabies shot.
Yes.
Absolutely. Since I'm a mad dog.
Yes. Mad Dog definitely needs that.
Oh, boy.
Mad Dog, one of the other great moments with you on Survivor was when you had to participate in the Gross Food Challenge. And then to compete in the challenge, you took that partial out to compete with it. Yeah. What was it that you ate? Was it the worm?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
The mangrove worm.
Want that worm getting, because I had a strategy. I didn't want it getting hooked on anything. Okay, so I took my lower partial out and I held that worm up by its tail. The mangrove worm. It had some length to it. But I just opened up my mouth and just basically kind of chucked it on down whole. Because I knew if I bit into it and got any juices, I'd have been puking. Just like this did. puked hers on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did not puke mine up.
It's a great strategy.
It worked.
Yeah. You nailed it.
Hey, Mad Dog, I want to ask you about Elizabeth. When you met your cast out there, are you surprised with the success that Elizabeth had after the show? Just from your first, impression of her?
Honestly, I thought that they should have put Mad Dog on The View.
Yes.
Wouldn't that have been a better way to go?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that have been a better show?
I think I would have been a little more down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Elizabeth, beautiful young woman.
Yeah.
A fine woman. Lovely. But, I disagree with a lot of her views, but still, hey, a lovely woman.
Yeah.
When you first met her out there, though, Mad Dog, did you see what, like I said, the success that she had afterwards? Could you tell that she would do something with her talent? Or did you see or notice her talent?
Not to that extent. I don't know. I think I might have been a little surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, she did have a, very extensive career after the show.
She sure did.
Yeah.
And good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Dog, were you surprised of the success or the notoriety and art that all of y'all got after Australia? Did you expect that after Borneo aired, that y'all would be rock stars?
Holy smokes. That was bizarre. Bizarre. All the hype. I'm telling you, there was an invasion of those the tabloids that invaded Wakefield, Virginia, and went on an archaeological dig to find dirt on the dog. Look, I left no goo behind.
Good job.
They couldn't get a cent. but my sister, she went crazy. She said they were all over everywhere in Wakefield. And it made several stops. Even found the gal that was giving me riding lessons. And hey, I mean, they really dug but could find no dirt. But I'll tell you something. One of those tabloids, and I think I still have the article somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was on the cover. Varner was on the cover. There might have been another one on the cover. And let's see. On the opposite team, they had, damn it, I wish I could remember his name. He was the only black guy.
Nick.
Thank you. That's it.
Nick Brown.
Yes. So we were all on the cover. And the reason why was that there was speculation that we were gay. Okay? And the article that was written kind of pushed it that way, and pushed it that way for me. Now, if I'd have been gay, hell, I'd have let everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I'm an open book. I don't believe. Well, I believe in being real, but I thought to myself, well, gee, I could organize a whole bunch of witnesses that would say otherwise, that I'm strictly heterosexual, but instead of calling me gay, they'd have been calling me a whore.
Mad dog.
Mad dog.
Well, you know, hey, Rob, when I talked with Mad Dog, I said, Mad Dog, is there anything off limits? She goes, no, buckshot. We go all over the place. So,
yeah. But what happened to you, was like a real invasion of your privacy. You make a joke, but that's, really shines a light on, a very ugly part of like the, entire reality TV genre of like digging into people's past or privacy.
Jeez. So I thought, well, I'm just going to leave that alone, because, hey, they would have thought I was a hoe. So, so I left it alone. But, for heaven's sakes.
Yes, Manta. Yes.
You know what, that major tabloid. Okay, damn it. Come on, name me a few.
National Enquirer.
Star.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So good. You fill in my blanks so well. Oh, for God's sake. Now, I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
Do you know the full name of the CEO of the National?
It's David Pecker, I believe, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Rob, look, as soon as I turned 18, I would have headed towards the court and had my last name changed.
Right.
Can you imagine all the little peckers running around? Or what he was like as a little pecker?
Yeah. You think that maybe he got damaged somewhere along the way and got into this line of work after a lot of psychological abuse? Oh,
gracious.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine going through elementary school and your teacher calls upon you, Master Pecker? No.
Right.
I never would have survived. Anyhow, that's enough of Pecker.
Mad Dog, and I think you mentioned that being in the working in the maximum security prison, you saw quite a few of those, probably enough to last a lifetime. Did you not say that?
I did say that.
This was from your private conversations with Mad Dog T-Bird?
It's hard to say. We've talked a few times, and it's been great.
I honestly, I did see enough penises to last me a lifetime. Trust me.
Mad Dog.
Yes.
You had been sober for 34 years. And
What a
through,
segue.
and went through a difficult, challenging time. I'll tell you one thing I've learned about Mad Dog the last few weeks we've talked. Her glass is always half full.
Mm-hmm.
There's a silver lining to everything. And she blames no one for anything. She takes responsibility for everything, but she is fascinating to listen to. And she went through heartbreak and bankruptcy and started back drinking. And Maralyn, do you care if you want to share some of that with us?
Well, that particular fifth is gone. Otherwise, I would share it with you.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my God. I tell you, during my 34 years of sobriety, it had crossed my mind that if I ever picked up a drink again, it would be the equivalent of spitting in God's eye. That's how serious I was about my sobriety. Now, but my jumping off the wagon was almost predictable. A lot of folks will return to drinking if they stop going to meetings, if they stop practicing the program. Hey, if they abandon the spiritual program, AA never abandoned me. I just fell away and abandoned it. And also, God never abandoned me, but I abandoned the spiritual part of myself. And so when the big storm came, hey, all my tools were gone, even the toolbox. I had nothing to grab hold of. My foundation for sobriety was no longer there. And it was as simple as 2 words. Fuck it. And I picked up again. And I drank for about maybe a year and a half, somewhere around there. And was going to drink myself to death. Hey, I just didn't care. And well, and also very, very defiant. Now, I wasn't one of those alcoholics that thought they were cured and could go back drinking. Oh, hell. I knew I was an alcoholic, but, and very defiant. Well, God and Jesus got together and they were, discussing my case. And they decided that they had to do something about the Mad Dog and her drinking and her defiance that she's, gonna kill herself by drinking. So, like T said earlier, they knew better than to give me a wrist slap. No. wrist slaps don't work, and it never worked for the mad dog. I usually have had to learn the hard way. And so anyway, I passed out upstairs on my hardwood floor and but hit the back of my head at about an 8 on the Richter scale.
Mm-hmm.
Came to immediately, crawled into my bed, and hey, I guess I was, and there was a knot on the back of my head, of course, and lucky enough to wake up that morning and go to work as a nurse's aide. So a couple weeks go by. Well, I knew during the first week that I had a concussion, no question.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get on my lawnmower and I couldn't mow because the vibration made my head hurt really bad. But that left, and so I figured, hey, I'm good, and I'm still drinking, and I'm mowing while drunk as well. A couple times I catch myself in the vicious entanglement of honeysuckle. Honeysuckle vines pulled me off my lawnmower. And, well, anyway, all right. This is where I need a, damn it. What are those things that they're not 3x? Teleprompters.
Yes, teleprompter.
Yeah, I need a damn teleprompter.
You're doing great,
okay.
Mad Dog.
Shit. Look, so, okay, after 4 or 5 weeks, I noticed some real problems. I kept knocking a lot of things over. My coordination, I had problems. I had cognitive issues. I couldn't even do a text or a phone number. It had all turned dyslexic. I mean, it was bizarre. So I knew something was wrong. I went to my private doctor. Hey, told him everything that had been going on. He wanted to admit me right away to the hospital. And I thought, shit, if I go to the hospital, I can't drink and I can't smoke. So thank you, but no. But then I thought, how about an MRI? And about a week later, I showed up for my MRI, drove myself, didn't bring my cell phone. Hey, I figured it's going to be routine. Had the MRI. Then the technician came out to see me, and I'm trying to get a read on her, and I'm thinking, she doesn't look too happy. She said, Miss Hershey, you have to go to the emergency room right away. And I said, you're shitting me. She showed me the pictures of my brain. Half of it was black with blood. I'd had a slow bleeding subdural hematoma for about 4, 5, 6 weeks, somewhere around there, a long time for it to build up and start causing problems, real problems.
Yeah.
So then, anyway, I go to the hospital. They can't help me there, so they sent me to Norfolk General Neurosurgery. And all I knew was they had to get into my head. And they were going into my head. But was I going to ask them specifics? Hell no. Because if they told me, I swear to God, I'd have been off that gurney in my little green gown. So I had no questions. They asked me, do you want your whole head shaved or half? And I said, that would be a whole. Do the whole thing. So anyhow, they went in there. And of course, I know now exactly what they do and how they get in there. Anyway, woke up by the grace of God with 50 metal staples in my head and was in ICU for 3 days and another 5 days, and then I was released. And I tell you, I was just grateful to be alive. And I was instantaneously sober. I have not had a compulsion to drink or a thought of drinking ever since. And of course, I got back into AA. And when they took my staples out, I kind of hated to see them go because I was liking the heavy metal look.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all that with us. That's really such a...
no brain damage. I had another MRI after the staples were removed and no brain damage. So I have a whole lot to be grateful for. And this August 15th, one day at a time, of course, will be 6 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
6
added
years.
on to my 34 years. But it's the 6 years or the 5 years now that count the most because it is now.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it'll flash through my head, Maralyn, you could have had 40 years or 41 consecutive years, but I don't. I rarely revisit that because it is a total irrelevance.
Yeah.
And would be wrong. So I'm grateful.
Yeah. That's such a powerful story. And I think that I don't know if you even know that the impact that, telling it and sharing that with us is going to have on people who listen to this podcast.
Well, I figured I sure as hell wasn't anonymous as a practicing alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be the point of being anonymous now that I am sober? No point. Like Popeye's Sailor Man, open up my can of spinach, and I am what I am.
Yeah.
Mad
Amazing.
Dog and Rob, Mad Dog is amazing. And before she started, it's like I said, always so optimistic and positive, and she went through, I can't even imagine the darkness she went through. And we talked about a little bit in detail what happened for it to spiral out of control. And right behind that, she said, but I blame no one. I blame no one. And she's really, like you said, I know her story is going to touch someone else. And I could tell you, Mad Dog, from these last few weeks, our time together on the phone, you have enriched my life beyond words with your strength and your compassion and your sense of humor. And it's so funny. So, Mad Dog, I read something the other day and I thought of you immediately. And it's a quote. It was a quote from Robin Williams, the comedian who is passed now. And he said, you're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it. That reminded me of you immediately, because a little spark of madness, I mean, you're more than a little spark. You're like the huge flame. And it's beautiful and it's contagious to anybody that touches you through conversation. Or, I mean, I'm so blessed. I mean, we had never met. I had never talked to you until a few weeks ago. And now I feel really close with you. And I just think you're an amazing, amazing woman.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, T-Bird.
She's so humble. She's so humble.
Oh, hon. Look, when the Lord was passing out humility, I was close to the end of the line. So I only picked up a little. But consequently, my lessons in humility have usually been ones that have taken me to my damn knees. However, do I have humility? Yes, certainly more than a thimbleful. Okay. But I tell you, my lessons, hard learned. My humility, hard gained. But I can be humbled by so many things. Now, I get humbled by people primarily doing good things. I find that very humbling. And I find integrity very humbling. I find all the virtues very humbling.
Mad Dog, your whole experience with Survivor, was that all in all a great experience? Would you go back? Would you have done it again?
Oh.
The first time, would you have gone back?
In a hot minute, as long as it wasn't in Antarctica.
You don't have to worry about that. You're good. You like Fiji, Mad Dog?
Oh, I would have no problem with that.
Oh, well, you're in luck. They're all in Fiji now.
Oh, my God. No. Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You didn't tune back in to see the Mad Pup come back?
I think I'd seen some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the Mad Pup still has your hat?
Yeah, whatever happened to that?
Yeah.
I don't even feel like she wore it again the rest of the season. I don't remember seeing it, even in Australia.
Well, the hat by now may have disintegrated.
Might have. It might have.
No, she still has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she still has it.
I'm sure she does.
Somewhere.
I still have my bathing suit
Yes. What do you do with it? You have it on a mannequin?
and my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of my the brassieres I wore. I'll tell you how crowded are here. For God's sakes, I was the only woman that wore a real brassiere. I found that astonishing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody else was running around like, hey, I don't know.
Was that a production decision or that was your decision? Like they're marching to the beat of their own drummer.
That was my decision.
Yeah.
To work this year. Plus, I had some middle-aged fat, which, well, I call it baby fat now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had. I still have some of my baby fat. But it helped sustain me.
Yeah.
And after that, oh man, the pounds were coming right off and stayed off. But that, oh my God! I mean, I would go back and do it in a hot minute.
Mando, what keeps you busy now?
Oh, jeezy peasy. Well, right now, cleaning my house. Getting down on hands and knees, lots of elbow grease, every crack, crevice, cranny. I mean, I'm really working hard in the house, but a few people know that I sculpt. I sculpt clay.
Oh.
And one of my works was best in show at a local art show.
What did you make?
Oh, all kinds of things. I can sculpt anything, basically.
What won first in show?
Yes.
Which one?
Oh, not first. Best.
Oh, best.
Best in show out of about 90 entries. And mine was the only sculpture. And
what was the sculpture of?
Oh,
it's not something you saw in the jail, right?
It wasn't the pecker, was it?
Yeah.
The peck? What?
What? Well, you saw so many, I figured it was just coming to you as you started sculpting. It just happened.
Well,
Male anatomy.
I really could have gone phallic after that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You weren't expecting that from T, right?
Let me see.
Mad Dog, I have enjoyed you so much. I know the listeners are going to be thrilled. So, Rob, I talked to Mad Dog, like I said before, the last few weeks, and I'm so excited to say Mad Dog set up a Twitter account. She didn't have one.
What? Get out of here. Get out of here.
Rob, I said, Mad Dog, you have to set up a Twitter account because your fans are going to go crazy, nuts, wanting to reach out to you.
You're going to go on Twitter?
Yeah, she's got it set up. It's set up now. Tell him. Go ahead, Mad Dog. I got it right here.
What's the name?
Hey, I'm a certifiable twit now.
Yes. What is the name?
What the? Oh shit!
It's at Hershey.
Yes, good thing. Yes.
Mad Dog, I've got it. It's at Hershey, Maryland. It's HERSHEY, and then Maryland is MARALYN. At Hershey, Maryland. Oh, Twitter.
Okay.
It's
all
great.
right, let's see.
Thank you, T, for
Yes,
filling in my blank.
Four followers here. Following 84
That
people. Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna quickly change.
Yeah, I should wait until we drop this, but to follow it. I don't want people to let people who get to this part of the podcast they can find out about this. This is great. This is great. I was going to say, Mad Dog, how do we keep up? I've waited 20 years for this.
God.
I don't want to lose you again.
Oh God. Rob,
Yes.
you won't.
All right.
You won't lose me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah. Well, you absolutely, so far exceeded my expectations, which were high. I was so excited about this, and you were even more incredible than I could have imagined.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not, and I am very, I'm sad to hear that your life hasn't all just been one wonderful thing after the next since Survivor. I wish that was the case, Teresa. Rob, it hasn't stopped just being amazing one day after the next. I'd say, wow, that's incredible.
That was very well said.
Yeah.
And because of that, I tell you, I call myself or refer to myself as a visceral enigma.
Yeah.
I think that fits.
Yeah. I just think you're one of the most interesting people that we've ever found. And I'm so glad to be able to have gotten the chance to speak with you.
I'm stunned.
Mad Dog, what would have happened if you would have when they didn't find that brain bleed, and so you could have been gone, and I would have never gotten to talk to you.
Oh, no question. And I'll tell you something. While I was lying on the gurney, waiting for them to put the juice in me to put me out, I was at peace. At that moment, and I was looking up and I'm thinking, Maralyn, don't even try it. Try to make a deal. Fix me, God, and that should be good. I'll be good. I'll be good. Oh, no. None of that. I felt such a peace and a presence that I turned my life and my will over to the care of God.
Yeah.
And that was regardless of which way this thing goes. And it's his will. And I was ready. And that I might not wake up. And I had accepted the situation. And it was an incredible feeling. And I still have that today. And I think I'll give that an amen.
Amen.
Amen, Mad Dog. Mad Dog, again, you have touched me these last few weeks. I can't even begin to imagine how many people that are going to hear this that are going to be equally as touched. Thank you so much. I adore you. You are a class act.
Oh, well, this is all very cathartic for me, and I should be paying you guys $1,000 an hour.
Okay. Well, we won't stop you, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you came in high with that offer. Yeah.
Oh, God bless you both.
Yeah. Mad Dog, do you watch any other shows on TV? Do you watch any television?
Oh, dear. Well, I have an admission to make. All right, I love the Sci-Fi Channel. I love sci-fi, fantasy, vampires, werewolves, outer space,
Yes.
ETs.
Yeah. What do you like? Star Trek?
All of that. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I I mainline, so figuratively speaking, MSNBC.
Okay. A lot of news. Yeah.
And CNN.
Yes.
A lot of news and a lot of politics.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Mad Dog, this was incredible. This is incredible. All right, I'm going to now hear from you every day. I need updates.
Oh. Hey. Do you have my home phone?
No. Okay, I'll get it from T-Bird.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, I was ready to spit it out over
No, don't
the
say it here. Don't say it here. And
my
don't
God.
post it on Twitter either.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it from the T.
Okay. All right. T-Bird, anything else?
Thank you, Maralyn.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you, Mad Dog.
We love you,
Oh.
Mad Dog.
Yes.
Oh.
We love you very
Don't
much.
make me cry.
Mm-hmm.
I can, yeah.
Yes.
Suck them back, Maralyn. Suck them
Yes.
back.
Yes.
A true
Yeah, what's the
legend.
Mad Dog,
Not-
one last thing I thought of. I was watching and when I was watching you on the show, you only called Colby the cowboy. And I just want to say, I like that. You call him cowboy. Like we'll take care of you tonight, cowboy.
Oh, look. Well, there was something they didn't air
Yes.
at night. All right. Our first night there, it was raining. It was cold. We're all under the
Texas flag.
tent or whatever the hell it was. And Colby's talking about his bull riding. And I'm thinking, Jesus, that's a rough sport. So he's talking about all these bulls he's ridden, and spontaneously I piped in, well, Colby, I've ridden a few of those myself.
There it is.
Yes. What was his reaction?
Oh, look. Oh, to my humiliation, nobody laughed.
Oh. It was 20 years in the making, but you got to laugh now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. No wonder they didn't air it.
Yeah.
It's a family show.
Okay. Mad Dog, thank you so much, and we'll look for you on Twitter, okay?
10-4.
Okay.
Love you guys.
All right.
May the
Love you,
force
Mad Dog.
The force
with
be
you.
with you too, man. All right. All right, take care, okay?
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Talk to you soon.
And give me a buzz. And T-Bird, give me a call right after.
You know I will.
Okay. All right.
I
Bye,
got
Mad
to
Dog.
unwind.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye,
Later.
Mad Dog.
Bye.
Bye. Woof woof.
Woof, woof.
Woof woof.
T-Bird, wow. I have to, again, I am so in awe of what you've been able to accomplish here with these Talking with T-Bird podcasts, because I never thought I would get the chance to talk to Mad Dog, and you did it. You found her.
Gosh, Rob, it's been, thank you for having her on that first initial list that
Yes.
made me want to go after her for you.
Yes, and
because-
Inside Baseball. T-Bird doesn't usually have her camera on when we do these on Zoom, and she did say I could see how much that Mad Dog was having an effect on T-Bird.
Yeah, she is. And Rob, it's so interesting too. Again, I know a lot, we know these people from Survivor, and Mad Dog, again, she is a legend for so many reasons, but just looking at her story and her background and what she's done and how far she's come and just her spirit and her energy, it's really touching. So thank you for wanting her. And she has just enriched my life so much these last few weeks getting to know her. So
yeah, I
feel like I have a friend for life. She is classic.
Yeah. I also want to give out a website, aa.org, if you or somebody you know is looking to find an AA meeting to get to or to look into. aa.org will have locations of a place where you might be able to find a meeting that is in your local area. And really, T-Bird, between Todd last week sharing his story and Mad Dog this week, that I know we didn't plan it out this way, that I personally, I didn't even know that Mad Dog had been through that in her life. So it wasn't that we scheduled them back to back, but both had very powerful stories about how they overcame an addiction to drinking. And I don't even want to say they overcame it, but how they learned to cope with their addiction to alcohol.
Yeah. And, it's interesting, too, because, again, the fans look at these characters as characters from a reality show. And just what I've gotten to learn about them, their stories, and they're just normal people that go through everyday ups and downs. They have things to deal with like everybody, and they're real. They're real people, and we got to see that with Todd. We certainly saw that with Mad Dog today, and her intro. I have to tell you this, Rob. She has done so many fascinating things. I was just so in awe with her police background about, her dad was an FBI man, and then how everything that she did. And her intro was so long, Rob. And I kept telling Glenn, I said, I've got to cut this down. So it was still pretty long, but her intro from the beginning was so long because she had done so many amazing things, as I was afraid we weren't going to touch on. But yeah. I know the listeners are going to love hearing from her. Okay.
Well, this was another great one. Of course, check out Todd. We've had so many fun talking with T-Birds recently. We're going to have a week off for next week. No talking with T-Bird next week, but plenty of more good ones to come. T-Bird, where can people check out all of your amazing videos that you make to hype up these Talking with T-Bird episodes?
At T-Bird Cooper on Instagram, and then Twitter at T-Bird Cooper.
Okay. We've got so much great stuff coming up on Rob Has a Podcast, including we'll talk about the 31st best season of Survivor of all time, Survivor Game Changers. We talked about Ghost Island last week. I've been getting so much nice feedback from people who've been enjoying those shows. You check those out at robhasawebsite.com. Everything else that we have going on in our patron feed at robhasawebsite.com/patron. Thank you so much for listening. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.